Yes.
Okay. Before we proceed, I would like to once again uh, see what the people concern is. We will have till 4:15 or 4:30, whatever session. Clear, we will continue the session till 4:15. And whatever questions, again, and I'm reiterating, whatever questions, initially you will get more and more questions, I know pretty well. Because once we spend little time, like after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, probably 100% you won't get any sort of questions. So here it is an initial level, you will have more and more questions. So what I'll advise you is, so please park your questions till 4:30. Clear? When I listened last week recording, last Sunday recording, it was more rather than the subject part, we had discussion part was more. Clear? So what the thing is, first till 4:15 or 4:30, we will stick to the subject part. If you have any questions in subject also, if you can park it, it's well and good. Okay. If it is other than topic, okay, regarding your what you call pay scale or whatever other questions not relevant to the topic, then you can park it till 4:15 or 4:30. You can ask, I'll give you the time till 5 o'clock. Okay. So once you say you don't have any questions, then we can wind it up. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, Naveen. I just one question. So this is the fourth week, third week, right?
Exactly.
This is third week.
Yes. So last week onwards, it will count actually. Before that, we have a repetitive demos.
Okay.
This would be a second week for you.
Second week. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll just share the screen. Any questions before we proceed from anyone regarding last topic or something? So last session, we have discussed like different modules, correct? Technical modules, functional modules, and web-based modules. Clear? And we discussed what are the different roles once you get into your SAP environment. Clear? And once again, I'll start with the different projects today. Clear? And what are the different steps we need to. Deepthi, I'm not able to hear you, Deepthi. I'm not able to hear you. Yeah, can you please recheck once again? Yeah. So once, as I said that, once we stepped in, then we will fit into different roles, right? And in that also we have a different projects. Clear? So different projects. So just go with the another one. Right, we discussed something about this. So here I'll mention it as an projects in SAP. Okay. So here we, as I said that we have a different projects. Implementation project. If possible, write it down. Maintain your own notes. That would be much better than.
Yes, Naveen.
Yeah, that would be made rough, whatever, because at the time of quick reference, it should be useful for you. Implementation project. Clear? So already I have mentioned in the document, right? So support or maintenance project. Clear? Again, the upgradation project. Next one, rollout project. Last but not least, enhancement project. Okay. So the most important, so everybody, every consultant, that could be any functional consultant, I can say that. Either that could be a FI consultant, CO consultant, MM consultant, SD consultant. They want to see their role into implementation project. Clear? Once at least we have done one implementation project, if we mention one implementation project experience in our resume, then the weightage of your resume will get increased like anything. So that is also end-to-end implementation, from basic configuration to completion, giving to production system, moving to production system. So the entire project implementation, that is called implementation project. And the next, support and maintenance project, upgradation project, a rollout project, and enhancement project. Clear? In before implementation project, as last time I told you, we need to understand software life cycle. Clear? This is very important to understand software development life cycle. Clear? Already we have discussed SDLC. Any software we need to clear. Any software, you need to understand what is actually software development life cycle. Clear? So earlier, for example, a company is there, they are not using SAP. You can call it as in they are using either Tally, Oracle, or some other things. Clear? And they want to use for the first time, they want to use SAP in their organization. Clear? I took one example as, see here, Ready Labs was using Oracle in their organization, but Oracle Financials is useful only for finance part, and whatever other reports, HR reports, logistics reports, and other reports, they are not able to use to get from Oracle Financials. So that is the reason, whatever software they have searched for one particular software, which gives their complete reporting structure for all the departments the software should use. So they want to implement SAP in their organizations for the first time, fresh software they want to introduce. Clear? Then what Ready Labs will do? Ready Labs is nothing but, clear, they are into a pharmaceutical business. Their business is in pharma. And what they'll do is they'll go to SAP AG. SAP AG is nothing but a SAP developed organization. SAP company is known as an SAP AG, which is in Germany, right? And Ready Labs approaches SAP AG, and they will purchase the SAP software, that is nothing but licenses from SAP AG. Clear? They are Ready Labs as purchases licenses from SAP AG, and SAP AG provide the licenses to Ready Labs. So here two parties are involved till here. What is that? One is SAP software provider. Another one is implementation, where the software need to be installed. Ready Labs, that is considered as an implementation partner or end user. Clear? So they have purchased the licenses. Okay. But SAP AG also can, SAP AG, okay, has provided the software, and it will give you the complete dump to Ready Labs. Complete dump. Clear? Whatever 36 modules are there, okay, the complete business suite license will be given to Ready Labs. Okay. But Ready Labs required, out of 32 modules, they required 6 to 8 modules. They don't require all the modules, whatever SAP AG has provided in the dump. Clear? So now Ready Labs is not into a software business, right? They have purchased the software, but they need to configure, they need to map according to their business requirement. Ready Lab need to, whatever software they have purchased, so that has to be mapped according to their requirement, Ready Labs requirement. But Ready Labs can't do this. Why? Because Ready Labs is not into a software business. They are into a pharma business. Okay. But same time, Ready Labs can take the help from SAP AG. But it is more expensive when compared to other local software development companies. Clear? So instead of doing an implementation, okay, from SAP AG, what Ready Labs will do is Ready Labs will search for any one software company who can install SAP according to their requirement. Clear? They will check with Infosys, Wipro, Accenture, NTT, Data, whatever other partners are there. So here they are called development partner. So what is when Ready Labs at the end they have selected Infosys need to be implement this particular software in their organization. So three parties are involved. Take care in any software development. Normally 2 or 3 parties will be involved. One is software provider. Sometimes software provider and software development partner will be one and the same. Means these people are the provider and these people will do the development. Clear? But sometimes majority times in SAP environment, we will have 3 parties. One is software provider, end user, and development partner. 3 parties. Means a product is provided by some organization, okay, and taken by the end user, and that will be any other organization will map the software according to the end user requirement. So this is the cycle will between 3 parties. So any questions still here?
So Navin, one question from my side.
Yes.
So instead of reaching out to the SAP AG to set up all the configurations and all, since it is very costly, okay.
Yes.
So they reached out to Infosys.
Correct.
And comparatively with SAP AG, Infosys software is charging less.
Yes.
Okay. So how they will have such kind of a services like SAP Infosys company acquired all the like licenses and all the accesses, and how they will get this kind of services to give the new company in terms of setting up the SAP and all?
No, these people are also considered as an SAP partners.
Okay.
Whoever implement SAP in any other organization, all those development partners are, that is the reason we have mentioned it as a development partner, right? These all are also considered as an SAP partners. SAP has given licenses to all the development partner, whatever organizations can implement. Clear? Whatever can configure. Okay, all those companies are considered as an SAP partners to SAP AG.
Okay, so indirectly they had also paid to SAP AG to get this development access.
Exactly. Okay. Some sort of what we call royalty they need to pay.
Okay.
Clear this? Everyone, any other questions on this?
Naveen, it's like directly Reddy Labs can go to the Infosys and ask them only for the life. Like we have so many modules, right? So whatever they want, they can purchase.
Exactly. So in real time, directly they can go to the Infosys and they will give their business requirement, and Infosys people will buy licenses on behalf of Reddy Labs. Got it?
Got it.
The provider is always SAP only. We can't, Infosys can't give the license. License has to come from SAP AG only.
So whatever it is, it will directly come from SAP AG only.
AG only.
If there is any development partner also, we can't do anything. We should get the licenses from the
SAP AG only.
Software provider, because he is the seller and there will be some buyer.
Right. So that is the reason. If no one will give you, once you are done with your training part, if I can give you a certification, institute, whatever SAP completion certification, but that will not have any value. So if you are getting a certificate, I'll show you that certification and all the details here. If you, once you are done with the training, then SAP AG will conduct one particular training, one particular test. And if you qualify in that, then only you will be considered as an SAP certified consultant. If Infosys can't give that certification, nor Reddy Labs give certification, nor any other training institutes. Only SAP AG is recognized one training institute, that is called Atos. Clear? So Atos will give the training and Atos will conduct the test and Atos will give the certification, global certification, SAP global certification. And they will charge SAP FI and CO. They are charging almost 4 lakhs for certification plus training. That is a full-time training, which SAP, that is an only training partner. Atos is a training partner of SAP AG. Clear? So no certification is valid if you can't say, if I provide you any certification stating that you have completed SAP from so-and-so institute, then you are not considered as a consultant, trainee, certified consultant, until that has to come from SAP AG. Is that clear? Earlier, to get the certificate, we need to pay almost lakhs of rupees, but now it is almost 23,000 for one attempt. I'll show you that today's closing session. Is that clear, everyone? So this is the cycle.
We can directly get it from SAP AG by paying 93,000.
Exactly.
Okay. Only for one attempt. And if you wanted to go for second attempt, again we need to pay.
That's what I'll give you that clarity now after this particular session. Okay. So here, as I said that, so anyone have a questions on this particular, this try to understand. If not, any number of times I'm ready to explain, because this is a funda where if you are mentioning that I'm having a 1 year of experience, then definitely they are going to ask you, what is the software development life cycle? So we need to remember this particular picture or whatever you call, we need to explain in the same way. Any questions?
No, nothing.
Yeah, initially there would be a dead theory part. So this is a technical theory. So we need to understand this particular concept, because out of interview, again, I'm reiterating, interview, if you are attending for either FI or a CO consultant, then definitely you are going to get at least out of 100%, 30% to 40% questions from your scratch level only, the theory part. Earlier batches, like before last year or before 1 year ago, whenever I used to start the batch, I never used to explain only what is SAP, what is ERP, that's it. And after that, straight away, I used to start with the practical part, because the theoretical part would be looking more monotonous, clear, and people feel bored and all those stuff. And that's the reason I used to start the practical part. But after attending a number of interviews from my end and other students, clear, then I came to know that what is the importance of this particular theoretical part. And I have spent a little time to prepare this particular literature. Clear? So here, for example, I'll tell you directly, I'll go to the implementation project. See, implementation project, as I said that. So here, where we are implementing, which organization we are employing. For example, we are Infosys employees. We are Infosys. Okay. SAP AG is the product provider or product provider. Clear? Software provider or product provider. And where we are implementing? We are implementing in
Reddy Labs.
Reddy Labs. So where are we fit actually?
Infosys.
So our main role would be in Infosys, right? As a consultant. So here you can see now. So in implementation project, for example, say Reddy Labs decided to use SAP software in their organization. Then they need to first configure and customize the software according to their business requirement. Generally, a client or a company assigns implementation project to a professional software company or local software companies. For example, I took here, For example, if Ready Labs company wants to run, okay, their software on SAP, okay, then they assign a software company like Infosys. I took an example as an Infosys. In this phase, Infosys implement the software in Ready Labs. Who is implementing? Infosys implements software in Ready Labs. Clear? The team size would be, again, I'm reiterating, the team size would be 2200 approximately from end user company and from development company. So from both, from Infosys and as well as Ready Labs. So total, how many people will involved in this particular project? In the sense, roughly 2200 members will involve. And duration of the project would be 12 to 24 months. So again, it depends, 12 months and maximum of 24 months. Clear? Currently, I'm in a project called Chevron project, right? And implementation is going on in that. So this is total 18 months project. It is 18 months. So again, 6 months may get stretched. So we have entered into an agreement stating that it's with Chevron. Wipro has entered an agreement 24 months, complete 24 months it will take. So our internal target is 18 months, but it may extend it to XYZ reasons. It may extend it to another 6 months. So we are going to say to the client, that is Chevron, whoever client, same Ready Labs here. So we are going to mention that that is 24 months maximum time. Clear? So next one. So there are different phases in implementation project. So that is called phases, right? Steps. Phases in nothing but in SAP terminology we call it as a phase or nothing but steps. And these phases are known as an ASAP methodology. In any software we have some methodology. Okay, ASAP methodology. ASAP stands for accelerated SAP methodology. Means is any implementation project, we need to start at one particular point and end at one particular point. Correct? So in between, whatever is the start to end, whatever steps we follow, that we call it as an methodology. And here that is considered as an accelerated, whatever methodology for implementation SAP is following, that we call it as an accelerated SAP methodology. Is this clear, everyone? Step by step.
Any project that's, I mean, accelerated ASAP means starts at one point, ends at one point.
Yes, yes. Starting.
Sorry. Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, there are different phases in implementation project.
Exactly.
These phases are also known as ASAP methodology.
Exactly. And we have S4, in S4 HANA, we have a different methodology. So here I'll tell you that ASAP methodology, right? Agile methodology. We call it as an Agile SAP methodology. So
all these different phases, we call it as ASAP methodology.
Exactly. So one step after the another step we need to follow. That is called ASAP methodology. But what is Agile methodology in the sense? What is the difference? That is S4 HANA we have started. ASAP methodology and Agile SAP methodology. What is it? I'll explain again when we start on S4. But meanwhile, you just have an idea. What is ASAP methodology in the sense? We need to follow one step after the another step. Sequentially, we need to follow. Means you can't go, for example, I have done first configuration, and after that I have done with the GL part, and after that I have done with the AP configuration, and after that I have done AR configuration, and after that I have done asset accounting configuration, after that I have done banking configuration, step by step. Once we have done in development server, and we will do testing in development server, and after that it will move to quality server. In quality, all the required test will be combined, test will be performed. And once everything is fine, then that will be moved to customer server, client server, or production server. Okay. After doing one step after the another step, we will do all the testings, and once we will move it to production server. That is called ASAP methodology. And when it comes to Agile methodology, we have a sprint levels. We call it as a sprints. Sprints in the sense, for example, I'll do basic configuration, and after that I'll do GL module configuration, and I'll do GL testing. Once the GL testing is done, then that will be moved into quality server. We will see that what are the different servers we will have. Once it is moved to quality server, in quality server, the implementation partner, that is nothing but end user, and the consultant will perform the testing, different testings. Okay, if end user is satisfied with all the tests, okay, and all the trainings will be given in that quality server. Once everything is fine, then that will be moved to production server. And after that, they will do another sprint that is called AP. So accounts payable, first they will do the configuration. Then next they'll test in development server. Then next move it to a quality server. And over there, whatever tests and trainings need to be done, that they will perform and they will move. So instead of moving one after what we call, instead of moving all together at a time, are like ASAP methodology. In Agile methodology, what we follow, sprint methods means first one sprint, after that another sprint, after that another sprint, means one module first, the next another module, the next any other module, not like sequential. So that is the difference between Agile methodology and ASAP methodology. Clear, everyone? So just don't bother about Agile methodology as of now. Just follow ASAP methodology, because initially we are going to do the ECC part. Clear this? So here in ASAP methodology, what is ASAP methodology? A stands for accelerated, SAP, you know that, and SAP methodology. Fine. So in that we have a different steps, different phases. That is first project preparation phase, business blueprint phase, realization phase, final preparation phase. Clear? So project preparation phase, business blueprint phase, realization phase. Clear? So the first important thing is project preparation phase. So what are the things we will do in project preparation phase? In the sense, see, in implementation project, first step is a project preparation phase. Okay. In that project preparation phase, we will prepare different documents. I'll explain each and every document. Under project preparation, this is the basic first phase. So in project preparation phase, we are going to prepare project agreement document. Once we have prepared a project agreement, I'll tell you what is the project agreement, what are the things we will do. Next one, second document is project scope document. Project scope document. Once we are done with the project scope document, third document will be prepared, project plan document. Project plan document. Next one, project team will be identified. Once project plan is done, project team from both the sides. Once project team is identified, then the next discussions on hardware, the requirement of hardware, servers and all, hardware and software requirements will be discussed. Okay. Once hardware and software software requirements are discussed, then the one more thing will be other facilities. Other facilities. Once we are done with this other facilities, last but not least, in project preparation phase, kickoff meeting. Kickoff meeting phase. Clear? So in project preparation, this is the first phase in implementation project. So here, what do you mean by project preparation phase? In the sense, in the project preparation phase, okay, few documents will be prepared. Okay, few are prepared by implementation partner and few are prepared by development partner. Clear? Few are prepared by implementation partner and few documents are prepared by development partner. Okay, so here, what is a project agreement in the sense? As I said that project preparation phase, we prepare first document is project agreement document. Here I mentioned in project preparation phase, the following documentations will be prepared. By whom it will be prepared? From both the sides. Few are prepared by implementation partner, that is nothing but end user. Here we took an example of the what we call Ready Labs, and few documentations are prepared by the consulting team. Clear? End user team and consulting team. The consulting team here is, we'll call it as a development partner, or now here it is Infosys. Okay, so what are the things it will be there in project agreement? Very important. What are the things will be discussed? What are the documentation will be done in the project agreement? This is only exclusively financial things will be discussed in this particular document. In project agreement document, remember, only the financial things will be involved in project agreement document. Okay, in this document, the implementation partner, service receiver. Who is a service receiver in our example? Who is the service?
Ready Lab.
Ready Labs. Yeah. And the development partner, that is nothing but service provider, Infosys. Both will prepare agreement. Okay. In this, they mention the project cost. So it's going to be 2 years, for example. Then what would be the complete project cost? Okay. And timeliness of payments to be made by service receiver to service provider. So here, as a consultant, our job will not be there anything. Only the high level project manager, next level people will involve in this particular thing. Clear? As a consultant, our involvement will not be there, but still we need to have an idea actually how the process will start. Clear? So they will discuss everything regarding what would be the project cost and how they are going to pay. Timeliness of payment means at the time of start of the project, how much they are going to pay as an advance. In the middle, how much they are going to, phase by phase, step by step, whenever, what are the payments they are going to do. Clear? All the rules and regulations will be mentioned on a legal bond paper, which will be legally authenticated document. Clear? On a written, not on written document, they will, with all the signatures, they will prepare project agreement document and what are the timeliness they need to pay. So remember this project agreement document. In project preparation phase, the most important document, first document is project agreement document. What is project agreement document contains? It will contain all the financial terms. That is nothing but what would be the total project cost, clear, and timeliness of payment to service provider from service receiver, right? And that will be legally authenticated document. They will prepare this. Okay, and everything is done, doc cost and everything is finalized. The next, the most important thing is project scope document. Project scope document. What do you mean by project scope document? Right? So the service provider will take the requirements from service receiver. Okay. So what they will do, the service provider will take the requirements. They will collect. Okay, the business process executive or expert, BPE, will collect all the requirements from Ready Labs. That is nothing but service receiver. So he will prepare everything. Okay, service receiver, and discuss and will mention what is in scope and out of scope. For example, as I said that, so Ready Labs need only 8 departments are there, 8 modules they require. But once they purchase SAP standard, they will get, the license will come with all the 36 different modules. Clear? So out of 36, they require hardly 8 to 10 modules. So whatever are there, 10 modules, that is comes under in scope, and whatever is not required for Ready Labs, then all that modules are considered as an out of scope. So we need to understand what exactly the requirement of the client, customer, okay, and what is SAP is additionally providing. So whatever additionally SAP is providing, that don't require for client. So whatever is not required for the client, that is considered as an out of scope. And whatever is required for the client, then that is considered as an in scope. In scope, out of scope. First, they will prepare the list. What is in scope and what is out of scope? That will be prepared by Infosys from BP, business process expert from Infosys. Is this clear? For example, same example I took, like in SAP, there are several modules are there. In that, the modules may not, all the modules may not require for service receiver company. Okay, so whatever required, that will be considered as an in scope, and whatever are not required, that is considered as an out of scope. Fine. Project scope document will be prepared by project managers from service provider team. So project manager is nothing but here directly project manager will not perform the requirement or return on behalf of him. Real time, what happens here, I've mentioned is as a project manager, but business process expert will do this. All the business process experts. Clear? Any questions still here? Project document. Every company will have a business process experts. Yes, sir. Any questions from anyone in this?
So here, there is no one will involve from implementation side. No one will involve, right?
Implementation side in the sense, who will give the requirements?
From functional side.
No. Who will give the requirement?
Info Ready Lab.
Ready Labs will give.
Service receiver.
Service
Yes.
receiver will give the requirement, and who will receive this?
Infosys means service provider.
Service provider.
That's it. Means
So
project
the
manager is
development
also
team will
functional,
involve,
right?
right?
No. The project manager or BP is also related to functional only, right?
Mm-hmm.
The next level, as I have given the roles, different roles, as long as your experience increases, then we will reach to that particular stage.
Okay.
Project manager is also a functional side only.
Manager. Mm-hmm.
Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Next one, once the project scope document, what is in scope, what is in and out of scope, then they'll go with the project plan document. Project plan document. So project plan document will be prepared by both the sides of project managers. Means end user side, project manager, and development side, project manager will sit together and they will prepare this particular document. In this document, the duration of the project will be discussed. Clear? Project will be mentioned and start date and end date of the project will be mentioned. Both the dates. Planning is nothing but, so on which day they want to start the project, what is the duration of the project, on which date they want to start the project, and on which day it's going to be complete. So that particular documentation will be prepared by both the managers, project managers. One is from end user side, another from development side. Clear? So that is a project plan document. And the most important thing is project team. So here we may get confused in interview. Have you ever worked with a core team? Have you ever entered into a core team? So here we need to understand the term called core team. So here project team. So once project agreement is done, project scope document is finished, and next one project plan document is completed, then project team will be identified. Okay. So once the project plan is ready, then the project team to be identified. Team from implementation partner and as well as team from development partner. Clear? Team from implementation partner, that is nothing but from Ready Labs people. How many people are going to be involved? From all the modules, from all the departments in Ready Labs, 300 people are working. All the department, accounts receivable, accounts payable, right? General ledger accounting, asset accounting, right? So all the different modules, 300 people are working. So even all the 300 people will involve in this particular project? No, right? Whoever are seniors, who are good at their day-to-day activities. So the team will identify, that Ready Labs team will identify Okay, from each department, 2 or 3 people, 1 or 2 people, or 2 or 3 people will involved in this particular project. Out of 300, whatever departments are there, in that whoever are the best, whoever are best, clear? So those people will be get identified, and those people will involved in this particular project, right? So once the project plan is ready, then the project team to be identified. Team from implementation partner, and as well as team from development partner. The team from implementation partners are called core team members. Core team members means the core work they are going to do, the real practical work they are going to do, end user work. So that is the reason we'll call them as a core team members. So never ever say that are you part of a core team member? Yes or no, they'll ask you. So never say that I'm not part of core team, I was part of functional team. If you say I was a part of core team, then they will understand that you are worked as an end user, not as a consultant. Clear? So never ever say that I was a part of core team, I was a part of functional team. So your core team is nothing but end user team. Clear? And the team from service provider partner are called consultants team. Functional and technical consultants. We know that the difference. CTMs and consultants. The consultant could be a functional like us, and technical consultant, ABAP or basis consultant. Any questions?
So can you please explain? Core team members are from end user
And functional are nothing but development partners.
Okay.
So our job is not at core team, our job is functional. Our cup of tea is in functional, not core team. Clear?
Yes.
Next, core team members. CTMs are experts in departmental activities or end user activities. Okay, as I said, that 1 or 2 members from each department are involved in this particular project. Not all, hardly 1 or 2 from each department. AP2, AR2, GL2, asset accounting 2, banking 2, like that, tax 2, right? They will explain the business process. What do you mean by a business process? I'll explain what is business, but still, okay. So I'll explain at the time of as is document and to be document. Business process, according to departmental wise to the functional consultants. So the core team members are going to explain their business process, how they are working, what are the day-to-day job, whatever the start of work and end of work, the complete things they are going to explain us. So we need to understand their work first before implementation of the project. If we won't understand their requirement, their work, way of working, then we can't implement the project. Clear? So that is the reason at least we need to have at least 15 to 20% of end user knowledge also. So that is the reason we are going to work on end user activities also in all the modules like GL, AP, AR, asset accounting, banking, and tax. We are going to do number of entries we are going to post in all the things. Clear? Then only we can understand the requirements, the configurations, we can understand of end user. If we don't have an end user knowledge, then we can't explain. We can't understand whatever they are saying initially. Is this clear, everyone? Project team? Anyone have a questions regarding core team members?
No.
Okay. Next, hardware and software facilities. Hardware and software facilities. In this phase, okay, the discussions will take regarding, so once the team is identified, project plan is done, project agreement is done, project plan is completed, then here they will come to hardware and software facilities. So in this phase, discussions will take regarding the requirements. One second. Okay. Hardware and software facilities. In this phase, the discussions will take regarding the requirement of hardware and software. So to implement this particular SAP in Reddy Labs, we need some sort of hardware, like how many servers we require, how many laptops we require, how many desktops we require, how many mobile landlines we require, telephone lines, what is the bandwidth network bandwidth we require, clear, how many mobile phones we require, how many palm tabs we require, clear. So the hardware, complete hardware will be discussed, and same time software, like what MS Office we need, right? All the tools of MS Office we require, Snagit tool we require. So whatever other softwares you require, everything will be noted. Okay, so then that is considered as a hardware and software facility. So here softwares are required and network bandwidth facilities, etc., will be discussed in this particular phase.
Naveen, I have one question.
Please go ahead.
This project team, who will decide this team from this
A bit
technical
louder,
team?
please. I'm not able to hear you.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, who will decide this team, this functional and technical team from
Functional team
development?
will be decide this.
Like who, a manager or
Project manager.
project manager?
Project manager.
Okay.
Okay. Project manager will decide this. So really this particular where we won't involve actually. So that is the reason they may ask you where an interview, where is you have involved in any implementation project. I'll tell you where we are going to involve as a consultant, normal consultant. Okay. So next one, other facilities. So again, don't think that we are not involving in the sense functional team is not in. No, functional team will involve. That is like project manager level onwards. Okay. So here other facilities. During the project period, who are going to bear the cost of basic necessaries, right? Other facilities. This is also very important. Minute to minute things plays a vital role here. For example, as I said that Reddy Labs is in Hyderabad and Infosys in Bangalore or Mysore. Clear? So all the way the consultant need to travel from Mysore or Bangalore to Hyderabad, right? And the stay, clear, or complete the project time, what for example, stay, which hotel they need to stay, what is the facility, and what is the transportation, who will bear this transportation cost from hotel to office, office to hotel, clear. And same time in the organization, in the office, lunch facility, if at all, if needed a breakfast, right, tea, snacks, small to minute things will be get discussed in other facilities. Small.
Naveen, this other facilities, will that be included in the project agreement at that time they have, or it is something which is different?
That's what I'm saying. Project, see, at the time of other facilities, they'll try the project cost. Initially, they will say that only the project cost, which will not involve other facilities part.
Okay.
Okay, it's again depend to one to other. For example, Infosys there in Hyderabad, few consultants are working, they are in Hyderabad and they are working for Reddy Labs. So they don't require any boarding and lodging because they'll come from their house. So they don't require any sort of, for example, it is morning 9 to 6 job. For example, they don't require any breakfast in the office, right? Probably they require only the tea, snacks, lunch, right? Dinner is not required. But whoever are traveling from Bangalore to Hyderabad, right? For them, they have a requirement. They need some sort of requirement, like hotel requirement for boarding and lodging purpose, right? Transportation requirement, right? Same time, the breakfast requirement. Probably hotel is providing the breakfast, then tea and snacks, lunch, again, dinner. If they get exceeded some project time, got exceeded till late night, and who is going to provide the dinner part? So all those stuff will be discussed in this other facilities.
Yes, now when I have recently seen the live example of someone else, one of my friends.
Okay.
Only company actually he lives in Chennai. Due to some office work, he came to Hyderabad.
Okay.
So that company only provided all these facilities like hotel facilities.
Exactly. The service receiver company will provide these facilities. Not service provider, service provider. This will be done by development partner will not bear this. Normally 90% cases, service receiver company will bear this cost. Is this clear? So again, it depends upon the project to project. Yes, sir. Is this clear, everyone? Other facilities. So here our part will not be a big role. Ours would be a minute role. That's it. Fine. Next one. So is this clear, everyone? Till other facilities.
But
Yes,
Naveen,
Naveen.
Yes, please go ahead. Please. Someone said, but
but at the time of project agreement, how we would know that we will take people from some other like Chennai or Bangalore?
Infosys people will say that whenever they are saying that project team declaration, they will say that, right? Infosys, for example, Infosys project manager says that I'm recruiting, for example, 40 members are there. So out of 40, 35 are coming from Bangalore and 5 are from localites.
Okay.
So here they will discuss here in the project team.
Yeah.
Okay, they are going to reveal here itself. Okay. Yes, no.
Yes, ma'am.
So once you do the real implementation, so majority, see, project managers normally sits in onshore and the remaining team will sit in offshore, majority. That happens if it is abroad. Okay. So next one, kickoff meeting. So once everything is done, the above agreements are prepared. Then one kickoff meeting will be conducted. Kickoff meeting in the sense start. Kick to start. Clear? Once all the discussions are done, then kickoff meeting will be conducted by both the teams. Okay. And in this meeting, they will involve all the stakeholders. You know, what do you mean by stakeholders now? Right? Employees of company, and they will announce regarding start date and end date, and as well as trainings. What are the trainings they are going to provide to end users? So all things will be explained in this particular meeting. Understood? See, not only that, for example, 300 people are there. Out of 300 people, 20 members from end user side involved in this project. 20 members, and other 280 members are not aware of this particular SAP. They are new to SAP, right? They'll listen that, okay, SAP is new for us and new software is coming in our organization, and that is more flexible software. People think that, end user people think that, okay, we are going to lose our jobs because we don't know anything about SAP, right? So to overcome that difficulty, in kickoff meeting, they'll say that, like, what is the start date of the project, what is the end date of the project, and when it's going to be go live, and what are the different trainings they are going to give to end users, whoever not involved in this particular project. Clear? Any questions? So meanwhile, they will work on their old software only till completion. Any questions here?
Did the consultants also will travel on site to do some such kind of implementations?
Of course,
On
right?
the on-site?
We need to travel.
No, such kind of implementations will also happen huge in the on-site also.
Yes, of course. It will be very huge.
Okay.
Majority projects as of now, on-site projects only. Majority.
Okay, people travel to on-site.
Yeah. It's a long-term this one.
So if they travel to on-site, so like as you said, accommodation and all other facilities. So based on the end user,
this is again different things will be there in this. You just park this question and ask again at 4:15. I'm sorry, because lot of different things are there in who will bear this cost and how we are going to get as an employee. If we travel for short term, what will be the things? If you travel for a long term prospect, like more than 6 months, how the things would be?
Okay.
Yeah. You just pack it and ask me. If I remember, I'll give you the answer for this.
Okay.
Thank you. So next one. So once project agreement phase is finished, right? Project project preparation phase is finished. Then there is one more phase called, second phase called business blueprint phase. This is another important phase. Here, business blueprint phase. I have these documentation. I'll share my next or the other Saturday. Business blueprint phase. Second phase. So here,
Why next Saturday, Nazarene? Why don't you share
because
today?
why don't you, in the sense, because I would like to share you the latest ones, not the older ones.
Because we can go through this.
Normally, it is not supposed to share these documents, but
Mhm.
still, for our benefit, I'm going to share it, because even right now, I see whatever document we prepare, that is exclusively client secret things, which is not supposed, we at the time of urge, whatever signatures we will do, in that it's clearly they say that whatever things that is not supposed to share outside. But whatever project I have finished, that as I said that I work for freelancing, I'll do for freelancing those business blueprints, like whatever I have completed last, so that I will collect and I need to send you. That is the thing. Understood?
Okay.
That's the reason it will take time. That's it. Okay. So
What about this document which you are not this one? Not
this one,
this one. The other one.
business blueprint.
Yeah, no, total. The projects wise it is there.
No, no, this even I won't get these documents. These are high level
Not
documents.
in documents. No, now you are referring to some other document, right? Which has all these information.
Business blueprint phase, whatever documents are there, that I said I'll share you.
No, I'm not asking about business blueprint, Naveen.
She might be asking for the PPT you prepared. Ma'am.
Yeah,
PPTs,
training,
yes.
training.
This document, your training document, you're saying.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I'll share it. That's your document only. It's not mine. That's your document.
Yeah, this one. You said.
Yeah, that I'll share it at any cost.
Okay.
Fine. I thought you are asking about that documentation which client have. Client
No,
document.
that one also I asked. So
Yeah, that's what
whenever-
I can't provide the first phase document, that is project preparation phase, but business blueprint phase, it will take little time, but definitely I'll share with you.
Okay, fine.
And this document, it's your document, whatever material document, that's yours. I'll share it. Okay. So here, business blueprint phase, there are 3 documents will be prepared. One is as is document. First one is as is document, and we call it as an, we'll call it as an current state of business or current state of business process, CSBP. Current state of business process. Second one, to be document. I'll tell you who will prepare all this. To be document. That is future state of business process. Okay. Last but not least, business blueprint document. Okay. So what is business blueprint document? As is document plus to be document. The combination, business blueprint in the sense, combination of your as is document and to be document. So these 3 documents will be get prepared. So what exactly business blueprint phase? So business blueprint phase in the sense, in business blueprint phase, 2 documents will be prepared first of all. Okay. So what are those documents? As is document and to be document. As I said, as is document and before implementation of SAP. Okay. As I said that Ready Labs were using Oracle Financials, right? how their business process, that is called current state of business process. Current state in the sense, what is the software they are using? Ready Labs right now, for example, which software they are using? Which
Oracle.
Oracle, right? That is called current state of business process. Fine. So here, next one more document will be prepared, that is to be document. Okay, that is FSBP. After implementation of SAP, how the process looks, how process works, will be prepared in this particular document. We will see these two documentation. For example, what do you mean as is document? For example, as is document will be prepared by core team members. Remember this. As is document will be prepared by core team members, CTMs. From CTMs in the sense, who are the CTMs?
End users.
End users. From here, who are the end users here? Ready Lab people, Ready Lab employees, department. So in this, they will mention current state of business process. What do you mean by business process? What do you mean by business process?
Regularly, the way the activities which are done in that business.
SOP, standard operating procedures.
What does it mean in the sense? For example, business process in the sense, whatever you said, that's perfect. Business process in the sense, sequence of activities. Sequence of activities in any department or any module. Correct? So that is considered as a business process. For example, if I take one example, HR need to, for example, HR department need to recruit one employee. Recruit one employee. So how they will start?
Screening.
Directly they will recruit?
No. They will screen the employee. They will.
First of all, they need to get a need. For example, from finance department, finance manager raise a request. Raise a request. He will request the HR finance manager here or any other. We have said of HR finance manager raised a request that he has having an opening. He needs one employee who should be who has completed MBA finance, right? Having 5 years of experience, 5 years of experience, and at least involved in one implementation project. So this is a requirement. So this requirement will be sent by finance manager to HR. So first HR need to get a requirement first. Without requirement, without need, they won't recruit, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So first process starts with need. Anywhere, procure to pay, the same thing, need first. So here need comes first. So once then HR receives this particular need, then they will check internally, they will check internally anyone are eligible or suitable with this requirement, with this requirements. Clear? Okay. If in case internally no one has got recruited, no one is there, no one shown interest to come into particular position, then what next HR will do? This is the first one. Internally they will check. If they won't get an internally, then they will share the requirement to employee portals plus consultancies. Clear? So they will share the different employee portals like Naukri, jobs, times, whatever portals are there, right? They will post this, and same time, whatever consultancies are tie up with this particular company, they will give this need to all the consultancies, and they will post in social media like LinkedIn or somewhere. So and so positions are open in their organization, so they will post it. Okay, so once this portal things are done, then for example, there are total, for example, I'm saying 1 employee, but here they require, for example, 10 employees with the different requirements. Okay, so here they will share the details, and once they have received almost 500 resumes, right? Will they call all the 500 resumes for the interview? No. First they will call, and they will, in telephonic round only, they will shortlist the candidates. Okay, so once the shortlisted candidates, out of 300, they have shortlisted for 10 positions, they have shortlisted 30 employees, 30 resumes. Clear? So once 30 resumes are shortlisted, they will call for a virtual interview, or now virtual interviews are there. So before that, we have a physical interview. So they will do different interview process, like written test, right, Versant round, right, and some other round, and HR round, and all the process will be done. 1 to 6 different rounds, operations manager round, technical manager round. So different things will be performed in this. So out of 30 members, 10 members they have selected. Okay, so as soon as 10 members are got selected, they will issue a letter of intent. So letter of intent is nothing but, first they need to sign letter of intent, the employee who got selected, and they need to resign there in their organization. They need to resign their organization. Okay, once they resign in their organization, then they need to send that resignation company to company. Again, few companies directly they will release the offer letters, and few companies they will release the letter of intent. Clear? So once they'll send they will resign the organization, and they will send that email to one particular HR, then they will release the offer letter. Clear? Once offer letter is released on the due date, okay, they will onboarding formalities. Once onboarding formalities are done, and that these candidates will be given to that particular finance department. So with this, HR work will be get completed. So this particular steps are considered as a business process. Sequence of activities, procure to pay, same thing we have, R to R, record to report. Clear? We have a sequence of activities. So all these sequence of activities, we are going to call it as a business process. Every business, we will have a complete a business sequence of activities. Clear? So that is considered as a business process, right? So as this document will be prepared by core team members, in this they will mention current state of business process before implementation of SAP. For example, in this document, the CTMs are mentioned. There are total 80 business processes. That is the reason I mentioned here, sequence of activities are there in finance department or HR department, and each department CTMs will mention the different process in their departments. Clear? The business expert, the process experts will prepare their activities, whatever activities they are doing in Oracle platform. So they said that after one step, after procure to pay, first step first step, second step this, third step this. So they will prepare, they have prepared almost all, there are total 80 steps are there, 80 sequential steps are there. Clear? So this document will be given to Infosys people, development partner. So once development partner receives the current state of business process, they will receive the current state of business process, that is 80 business processes in each department. Then they will prepare to be document. To be document. So as is document, who will prepare? Who
End user.
End user. That is nothing but CTMs.
Shit.
Okay,
For team.
CTMs will be prepared, and to be document, this will be prepared by functional team. To be document will be prepared by functional consultants based on as is document. So whatever document they have provided, on this we will start checking. Okay, so out of 80 business processes, functional consultants are able to map with 73 standard business processes. Clear? They have given 80 business processes. In Oracle, they are doing 80 different business processes. So out of 80 business processes, so total 73 business processes directly we are able to configure with SAP standard to client requirement. Understood? Directly, without anyone's help, directly we can able to configure 73 steps as it is with whatever SAP standard provided. Clear? And out of 80, how many we are able to configure directly?
73.
73. Yeah, with the standard SAP business process. Okay. The 7 business processes means 7 business processes which are not able to map, with the standard SAP, then those are considered as in gaps. What we will call gaps. We are going to call it as an. So they are going to ask you, have you ever worked on gaps? Have you ever worked on gaps? So what does it mean? Client a business requirement, if we are not able to map with, we are not able to configure with SAP standard configuration, with SAP standard business process, then those differences are considered as in gaps. Clear? Use a terminology. Try to understand the terms here. Gaps. Okay, the gaps can be customized, nothing but developed. The gaps can be customized through development by taking the help of ABAP consultants. Out of 80, we can map SAP standard business process, 73 processes. But whatever we are not able to map, clear, then we will take those document and we will take those requirements and we will explain that particular requirement to ABAP consultant. And they will write a program according to these 7 requirements, whatever gaps are there. Okay, that is considered as a customization. Whatever development, whatever we are not able to map with the configuration SAP standard, that is considered as a configuration. Whatever we map, that is called configuration. And what do you mean by customization? If we are not able to configure everything, okay, if any gaps are there, then that gaps will be developed by ABAP consultant by providing the requirement by the functional consultant. Clear? And that gaps will be developed and that will be developed as per the requirement of client. And that is considered, that development we are going to call it as a customization. Business specs, specification, customer specs, customer specifications. So they may ask you, have you ever worked on gaps? Have you ever worked on customer specifications? Right? So what does it mean? Gaps in customer specification, which are not able to configure with the SAP standard, then we need to take the help of ABAP consultant. Clear? And again, in SAP terminology, normally abbreviations are not supposed to pronounce it as an ABAP or something, ABAP, but never use the term called in interview ABAP. Just say that ABAP consultant. Clear? Or ABAPer. Right? So ABAP consultant. So here, whatever, again, I will come to this particular point. These gaps can be customized through development by taking the help of business consultants, ABAP consultants. So last but not least, we will prepare one.
Naveen,
Yes, please.
can you give an example for gap, like from AP side or AR side?
AP side, AR side, in the sense, for example, I have prepared one Excel. I'll show you in that. One second. So these are the, I have prepared this, but I won't share now. Activate methodology, I think. Yeah, see here. This is my real time. See here. For example, here one requirement was there. Okay. ABAP team, same development. They may ask you like this: did you involve in any development or enhancements? So what was my answer was, yes, I worked with ABAP team for one development. So client here, what is the client requirement was? Client wanted one customized report. For example, the requirement was to prepare report for vendor invoices. Okay, on which are posted via Miro. Means whenever we generate a report with the vendor invoices, we will get all the postings. Like you can post the vendor invoices to Miro if it is purchase related. You can post service related FB60 or FB50 or whatever it is, we can post it. FB60, sorry, not FB50, FB60. Clear? So here the client requirement was whatever 100 postings are there, which is include Miro postings and as well as FB60 postings. So the client required only Miro postings. SAP standard provides the combination of all the postings, right? So here usually when we post a Miro system, check the tolerance and post the Miro document. If the vendor amount exceeds, okay, this is here. And what is the other conflict? What is the other thing he required is, okay, so he want a Miro postings. When we post a Miro, the system checks the tolerance, right? Whenever we post the Miro invoice, then the system will check the tolerance, right? And post the Miro document. If the vendor amount exceeds the tolerance limit, the system will not allow to post the document. So whenever we are trying to post the document, it will show an error message stating that tolerance exceeded. Yeah. Tolerance got exceeded. Okay. They have the client system set as a 5% tolerance. They have set a tolerance limit of 5%. So if the invoice exceed more than 5%, the system will throw an error and that document will not be posted. So this is the basic configuration setting, which was cleared, which was set in client system. Okay. And so few invoices will be posted with 1% tolerance. Few invoices are posted with 2, 3, and 5%. Clear? Understood the thing? What is the tolerance limit set on my client system was 5%. If any invoice exceed more than 5%, the system is not supposed to allow the posting. Okay. So the client requirement is, so the client wanted, if I say what is, it will not show what are the invoices exceeded. What it will show, what is the limit of posting? It will show 5% limit, it will show tolerance limit. But what is my client requirement was, the client wanted to separate report with all the different percentages of all the invoices. Means what are the invoices are posted with 1% tolerance, what are the invoices are posted with 2% tolerance, what are the invoices are posted with 3%, 4%, and 5%. SAP will not, standard SAP will not provide you this. Then it will provide the standard one, that is 5%, whatever limit we have given. All the list will be shown 5% tolerance, which are near to 5%. So the client wanted a separate report with all the different percentages of all the invoices. So for this requirement, we have worked with ABAP team by giving the information in. So we need to remember, again, I'll tell you the tables part by giving them information in which tables the amounts will be reflected, like tables like RBKP, RSEC. Like we have a different tables are there. To understand what my row, okay, is this clear now? This is different one. Understood? Somebody asked the question.
Yes, Naveen, can you hear me?
Sorry, this is clear?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
BP. So here he was telling about, I worked with, like, the requirement was to prepare a report for vendor invoices, only documents posted via Miro.
Via Miro plus tolerance limit. They want, normally if you want to segregate, you want to pull the vendor report, then it will show you which are
All the invoices.
5%.
All the
Only 5% standard will give you, but it will not give you with SAP standard report. You won't get what are the invoices posted with 1%, with 2%, with 3%, with 4%. It will not segregate.
Okay, okay.
Right? So here client requirement is something they want to check how many invoices are posted with 1% tolerance, 2% tolerance, 3% tolerance, 4%, and 5%. Clear?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So these kind of requirements we are going to work. So SAP standard provide whatever tolerance we are giving at the time of configuration. Only those reports will be provided by SAP. Standard reports. Clear?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. So here next document, as is document, to be document after preparation of this. So here to be document in the sense this will be prepared by the project team, that is nothing but development team. Okay, and they will prepare and customize. So BBP is nothing but business blueprint phase, is a final document which
sorry, what is the full form of FS?
Sorry,
what is the full form of FSBP?
Future state business process.
Okay. Okay.
Future state of business process. Okay, I think I have mentioned somewhere. We will see. Okay, next one, BBP is a final document which contains as is plus to be plus development. As is document plus to be document plus what are the gaps we have developed. That three will be mixed up in BBP, business blueprint phase. Once these documents are prepared, the consultant will send it to CTMs. Means once everything is finished, then these documents will send, how means every step they will write. Every, for example, they will take one scenario, they will test, they will write on the document. The next, one more scenario, invoice posting. Okay, first invoice posting to a vendor with the so and so payment terms. They will write it. After that, another invoice with different payment terms, so and so company code. They will prepare it. Next one, credit memo, one down payment request, down payment process. Next one, final invoice posting. And after that, one more scenario, payment, full payment, partial payment, residual payment. So all the different scenarios. So everything they will write, how it will looks in SAP, that will be prepared and that will be shown to CTMs. How it was in Oracle, how it would be, output would be in SAP, the complete things. Okay, so once these documents are prepared, the consultant will send it to CTMs, core team members. So sometimes core team members may accept or may not accept of the changes. Sometimes, okay, their requirement was something different, but here it is showing in 2B document something different, right? Then they will say that no, we don't want this sort of output. We are expecting something, this sort of output. Okay, so then CTMs may accept or may not accept of the changes in 2B document plus development. Functional consultant need to satisfy their CTMs, means again they need to work, and whatever requirement is there, in the same way they need to get the output in SAP. Clear? So once CTMs are satisfied, the solutions which are given by functional consultants, then these documents will be forwarded to BPOs. Most important thing here. Okay, first we will give it to business process, whatever experts are there in departmental wise, we will give it to them. So they will check if they are okay, they are satisfied with the outputs, then they'll say that yes, everything is working fine. This is what we are expecting. Then if they accept, Then these documents will be given to business process owner. From end user team, there would be someone responsible, head of the department, head of the organization, right? Who will have all the end-to-end activities knowledge, complete knowledge. For AP, one head will be there, head of the business process, right? So those person will have complete knowledge on end-to-end activities. So they are known as a business process owner, right? The BPO may come up with queries. So even business process owner may come up with few queries. So CTMs may not have that much knowledge what the business owner is having. So he or she may come up with some sort of queries. Okay. Then consultant need to give all the clarifications, all the clarity regarding the output. Need to satisfy the BPO regarding the changes. Once the BPO accepts the changes, even BPO is also accepted, head of the process as accepted. Then here the important process will be started, signing process. We call it as a signing process. So this signing process is very, very, very important. Then the consultant will take hard copy. They will take a hard copy of BBP, business blueprint, and will take the signature of BPO. Who is a BPO here? Business process owner.
Business process owner.
End user, Ready Labs. Who is the process owner, right? So that particular person acceptance signature first we will take on this document. So that is considered as a first signature, right? BPO will call it as a signature 1. So whatever signature on BBP document we are going to take, that is considered as a signature 1 document or first signature. Once the BPO signed, then the CTMs are supposed to sign. CTMs, end user team, the experts, right? Those people will sign it. Okay, supposed to sign, and will call it as a signature to remember the sequence. Whatever methodology is coming, but the signature process is the same. Signing process is the same. Okay, call it as a signature 2. Once CTMs are signed, then the project manager from implementation partner, that is nothing but Ready Labs. Okay, will sign it. First, who will sign it? BPO, the next CTMs, next one implementation partner manager. Manager will sign it. Once that is considered as in signature 3, third signature. Once the manager sign from implementation partner signed, after that project manager from development partner. So here Infosys side project manager will sign on the document, and that document is considered as in signature 4. And finally, fifth signature will be performed by us. Finally, functional consultant will sign. Okay, and we will call this as a signature 5. Okay, and the complete process is considered as a signing process. The complete process is considered as a signing process. What are the first signature? Who will do? Business process owner. The next one, project manager from implementation side. Sorry, second CTMs. And third one, project manager from implementation side. Next one, project manager from development side. Next one, functional consultants. So these are the total 5 signatures process. And the complete process considered as a signing process. Do you have any idea on signing process? They'll ask you. When the signing process will come into the picture. Once we submit the BPP to business process owner, if he accepts everything, then the signing process will come into the picture. And the first signature will be performed by business process owner. Second will be performed by all the CTMs. And third would be implementation partner manager. That is nothing but project manager from implementation side. And fourth one from development partner project manager. And fifth will be all the functional consultants. All the consultants, functional and technical, not technical here, only functional consultant will do it. Any questions?
Yeah, Naveen,
Yes,
this
please.
BPO is from the service receiver, right?
Who?
BPO,
BPS service receiver.
service receiver, yes.
The business process owner is nothing but service receiver only, right?
Yes, yes.
You are working for Cartiva. If someone
No,
Cartiva AP business process owner is, who's she?
Didn't remember.
Bhavani, ma'am.
Bhavani,
Oh.
exactly. Okay, I'm taking example. That's it. Yeah. Any questions from anyone? Give me a 2 minutes. Give me a 2 minutes. I'll be back. Yeah. Any questions still here?
So once this signing process is done, then a consultant role will closed.
No, here it will start actually. Till here, only the documentation process will be performed. So here our work will start, consultant actual work will start in realization phase. Here only the discussion part, documentation part will be performed. Clear? So here the realization phase, the real work will start of consultant. The real configuration is going to start.
Okay, so as of now, only documentation.
Exactly.
Okay.
Clear? The most important phase is a realization phase. So what do you mean by realization? Again, that's the reason I told you, like, as if you are mentioning that I have done one implementation project, then they'll ask you where your role started in complete process. You're saying that, okay, what are the project implementation phases? In the sense, you will say that all the 5 phases, right? You're going to say all these 5 phases, right? Project preparation phase, a business blueprint phase, the realization phase, final preparation phase, and go live, right? So once you are saying this, all the 5, then they'll ask you the next question, immediate question, as you have involved in implementation project, where your role was started. Exactly. So you're not supposed to say that I have involved in all the 5 phases. Clear? Our real role will start in realization phase. Yes, no?
yes, yes.
Yes. At a main execution.
Yes, execution, where we start our work. Over there, the consultant will pitch into actual practical work. So here, I'll tell you the introduction part of realization phase. The actual work or the real work or the practical work will start in this particular phase. In this phase, there will be servers. There will be number of servers. Okay, minimum in this, there will be minimum 3 servers with 3 clients. Minimum 3 servers with 3 clients. That is minimum actually. Okay. For example, I'll show you here. No, I'm sorry. I want to show this particular. I'll close this. Okay, no problem. I want to show the screen. Okay. So here I'll just give you an intro now. So the most important, as I'm saying, that 3 servers and 3 clients. So what do you mean by client here? What do you mean by client?
Customers like
In general,
service receivers.
yeah,
Service receiver.
yes. We will, in general, we will consider client is nothing but a customer, as you said. They same, nothing but service receiver. Perfect, that is. But in SAP environment, the client have a broader and wider meaning. So client means something different here. Okay, so client concept in SAP. For example, what do you mean by this? Client here, a client is an organizational and legal entity. Entity is nothing but, last time I told you, that recognition. Legally, it is considered, a client is considered as an organizational and legal entity in SAP system. And it is an independent unit in the R3 system. What is R3 system?
Real time.
What is real-time 3 system? What is 3 systems?
3 servers.
Where 3 presentation,
Real time 3 servers.
implementation, and
Implementation. What are the 3 servers I have explained in R3?
Presentation,
implementation
implementation,
database.
database.
Application server.
Presentation layer, application layer, and database layer, right?
Database.
Database layer is in the back end, right? Application layer in the middle, front end, presentation layer. That you know that, right? So here, minimum 3 servers that will be there. Each client, all the business data, a client is an organizational and legal entity in the SAP system. It is an independent unit in the R3 system. It's an independent unit. So SAP system will have, for example, you can see here, client. Whenever you are logged into your SAP systems in your organization, your office, you can find client any number here. Means SAP is having from 0002 to 999 client numbers. 0002 to 999, and that is the reason I'm telling you. This is a little confused, 1 or 2 sessions, but at the end, definitely you will understand what do you mean by a client here. So what is client here? Client is nothing but SAP has provided particular numbers, client 3-digit number, that was 000 to 999 maximum. Means when you take a SAP server, they will ask you, is there any number you want to use as your client number? For example, you can check once you log in your SAP, in your organization, there will be some number here. That is nothing but SAP has provided that particular client number. So for example, if you take any organization, right? Genpact, third party, for example, they are using SAP. So each business will have one particular client number. Means with this particular client number, it will be recognized. For example, if you are having different company codes. So for example, each company code you will post in a different SAP systems, client systems. Clear? Europe, you are working for one organization, and you will have US process, Europe process, India process, Singapore process, Australia process. So all the processes will use the same SAP environment? No. So client, for US client, the client number would be something different, the client number. Okay, for example, Indian SAP environment, the client number would be something different. Okay, by looking at this particular number, you will recognize that, okay, I am working on so and so client. Right, for example,
It is like company code only, right?
It's not company code. It's a client number of that particular organization SAP environment. Company code is something different. Is this clear? Client is nothing but your SAP environment, client number. Company code will work under that particular client. The company codes will be saved under this particular client number.
It describes the regions of regions, something like for North America, it will be something.
Yes, yes, exactly. North America, you will have a separate environment, right? For example, core Europe, you will have a EMEA, you will have a separate environment. Asia Pacific, you will have a separate environment. That is nothing but client. Means all the Asia Pacific will save under that particular client. All North American region, that will be saved under this particular client.
So different regions are legally.
Anything that will be, again, depends customer to customer, client to client, that would be different. Okay, majorly they will separate that one. Majorly, they will separate the client numbers according to the different regions.
Yeah. For example, in my company, they are using 010.
010. 010. Okay, fine. 3-digit. Yes. Maybe according to as per your.
Naveen, will we have any description for each client? Like if we say 800, it means something?
Yes, yes, that's what I'm saying. I'll tell you that minimum, like this is 800 client. Again, if you are going to an interview and you are attending an interview and you said that, okay, they may ask you on which client you worked, on which client you have done the implementation. So here on which client, in the sense, that doesn't mean that for which client you worked, on which client in the sense SAP environment. So if you say that I have done the implementation under 800 client, what is the number you are able to see here?
800.
800. So if you say that I have worked under 800 client, in the sense, what does it mean? In the sense, SAP has provided this particular 800 client environment only for training and practice purpose. IDS environment, this is. Means this is exclusively for training purpose. Practice purpose, this particular client has given 800 client. Okay. This is a real time, it will not get affected. So here in this particular, in real time, you will have 3 servers. You will have 3 servers: development server, quality server. In real time, your organization, whenever whatever data you are posting, you will work on production server, right? In between, there is a quality server and there will be a development server. Clear? So in 800 client, we don't have 3 separate servers. Three servers will be there in this particular area only. 800 client, we will have quality we need to do in this, development we need to do in this, and production also we need to do in this one way. We don't have a separate in 800 client. So never ever say that I have worked under 800 client. SAP has exclusively given 800 client only for practice purpose, education purpose, education and training purpose. Is this clear? If you look at 800 client, if somebody is working on 800 client, then what you need to understand? It's not a real-time server. It is only
for training purpose.
Training and education purpose. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
that, every company will want to separate their data into different client environment.
Yeah, for example, like the person who newly joined as a fresher or the consultant, so they will be given the testing sandbox client.
Yes. There may not be 800 client. Again, SAP has given, for example, this is exclusively, rather than it's a free software which is provided. This 800 client is a free software. SAP is not going to charge anything, this 800 client. It's a free of cost. But if you are joined as an organization, you joined in organization and they will give you for practice purpose sandbox. So sandbox server, when they will get it, in the sense when the organization purchases the server from SAP. Understood? Whenever we will come to that what do you mean by sandbox server and all. But meanwhile, remember that client is nothing but as per your client requirement. Client is nothing but here. The definition of client is, I know it looks little confusion in the initial level, but definitely you will understand the concept here. What is a client here? A client is an organizational and legal entity. Means with this particular client number, we can recognize what kind of data we are going to store. As per the means, they can take any number. Again, I'm telling you, there is as he said, he's an organization. They have taken 010 client number. From organization, they will take 2010. Sorry, 201. 3-digit from 000 maximum. How many client numbers? 999 000 999. And SAP has provided. See here I have given what actually client contains. Actually, what client contains. This is very important here. All the business data is protected here because other clients cannot access them. Means, for example, in your system, 2 servers are there. two servers are there. One client is, as you said, 102 and another client is 103. Means you want to save some particular data in 101 and one particular data in 102 server. Okay, and whoever are having access to 102, they may not have access to 101, and the person who is having an access to 101 client, and they may not have access to 102. Clear? Only super users may have access to both the servers, both the clients. Means some sort of data will be stored under 101, some sort of data will be stored under 102, the company's data. Clear? So what kind of data it will be get stored? In the sense, what happened to this? My server is damn slow. One second, give me a second time. So here, for example, in client 800. Okay. So in, as I said, that client, whatever client number we have, in that particular client, okay. I'll take one more example here. So as I said that it's not working. I'll write here. See here, for example, this is a client. Oh, it's not working. I'm not sure what is problem. Okay, so here I need to check my Word documentation. Okay, for example, client is there. So what are the different data we store in client, in the sense? User master data. Means, for example, as you joined in the organization. Okay. You joined in an organization. So your details, your authorization details, like, for example, you will have some entry level role. Then you will have access to only few things in SAP, right? And your next level person may have some other details. So all those data will be stored under client, like user master data. Next one, customizing master data. Customizing master data. Next one, application data. So we'll talk tomorrow about these three. What is the difference? What do you mean by master data and what do you mean by transaction data?
Master data consists of all the things. Like it is a bunch of data will be stored in master data. From the master data, we can take the.
If I'm a layman, and what you will say, What is the difference between a master data and a transactional data? In single shot, single word or 2 words.
Transactional data might be like only based on few transactions, the data would be stored. And master data is a bunch of all the transactions data which we put.
Maybe, but in simple terminology, what do you mean by master data? The data which frequently not changes. The data which frequently not changes, then that is considered as a master data. Transaction data which frequently changes. For example, if I take your name, is it a master data or a transactional data?
Master data.
Your Aadhaar number,
Master data.
right? Your house address.
Transaction.
See, you frequently change master data only,
Master.
right? Purchased goods for cash 10,000. I may
Transaction.
purchase for 10,000. Tomorrow I may purchase for 5,000. But today I have purchased from X. Tomorrow I may purchase from Y. Clear? Simple shot. What do you mean by master data and what do you mean by transactional data? In the sense, the data which frequently get changes, that is considered as a transactional data. The data which frequently is not going to get changed, then that is considered as a master data. That are simple. So vendor master data we'll call. So whatever vendor details are there that may not change very frequently, at least for 6 months. Today we are creating vendor master data. Maybe he may not change the details coming 6 months down the line, at least 3 months. Customer master data, GL master data. Clear? Vendor transactional data, customer transactional data. So whatever transactions we are done with a vendor, we won't do one transaction. We may do multiple transactions. So one transaction to another transaction, the things will be different. Hope you got it.
Yes.
Any other questions from anyone? Right now, we will continue this client concept tomorrow. So it's very important concept, client concept. Any other questions from anyone? Actually, it got corrupted Word document.
So like regarding the servers, you said presentation server, application server.
Sorry?
Regarding the servers, we have presentation server, application server, and
Database. Those are the
Database.
layers. Yeah. So
Database.
yeah, database layer, presentation layer, okay, application layer. But when it comes to a server part, then we will have a development server, quality server, and production server. Production server will be at client place. If you are an end user, then whatever things you are doing, that will be stored, everything will be stored under a production server.
sorry, the development server, quality server, and production server.
Yeah, development server, quality server, and production server.
Okay, so data will be saved on the.
Sorry?
Data will be saved on the.
Might be in development server at the time of development activities, we will save it. In production server, whatever transactions you are going to do every day, that will be stored under production server, end user activities.
Okay, so regarding this one presentation, what that is related to what, Naveen?
Your voice is not clear at the end, Rashekar.
Presentation layer, application layer.
Those are the layers, right? So in each server, we will have a 3 different layers.
Okay.
Right? That is nothing but what, see, you are working on a system. That is your front end layer, correct? That is nothing but your presentation layer. You're inputting and you're viewing. And you post one entry. You have posted, you have in FB60 or MIRO, you have entered one document and you have entered it. So in front end, you're keying it and you are able to view in your screen. That is called front end screen or presentation layer. That layer. And once you post it, right, where it going to be saved? In database layer, correct?
Yes.
In the backend, it will be stored in database. So that is a different layer. And in the middle, what is making, how it is going to save, in the sense with the help of application layer. Understood?
Got it.
Any other questions?
Hello, Naveen.
Yes,
Able to
please.
hear me?
Yes, I'm able to hear you.
So in Cautiva, we have Vim Analytics T code. So
Correct.
can we call it as a like a gap wherein Cautiva asks for
Yes,
specialized
yes.
T code or report?
See, Vim is again SAP tool only.
Okay,
Vim is also
standardized.
yeah, it's a standardized tool actually. See why the Cartiva has taken Vim in the sense that is instead of taking a complete ECC part. For example, there is a separate team is sitting for payment, not in Hyderabad, for example. In Hyderabad, they are doing only the invoice processing part. Okay, then they will buy on instead of buying everything, they have taken only the Vim activity. That is not vendor invoice management. And we have same time SAP has provided two different products on supplier. One is SIM, and another one is Vim. Both will almost all similar. Vendor invoice management and supplier invoice management. Understood?
Yes, Naveen. Yeah.
So those are the end user product actually. Vim and SIM are end user products. So they don't require the complete configuration again. The product is ready available. Directly they can buy and they can implement it.
Okay. And have you seen anything in like Cautiva wherein there are any customized gaps?
I
Did you
saw
feel anything
gaps in
like?
the sense. I saw
Yeah.
regarding this payment part.
Okay,
Payment
can
part.
you explain? Yeah.
Yes, I saw because that's the reason they won't use F110. You can check with the payment teams because I was with the payment team. I saw there are few changes in payment process. It's a specified Cartiva payment process. So that is the reason the transaction code starts with ZF110, not normal F110.
Okay. So for ZF110, can we call it as like gap wherein?
Exactly. They want some specific format.
Okay.
Yeah. So normally, if they don't want the ZF, they want to adopt a direct SAP, direct payment process in the sense they need to follow transaction code called F110. So they need some sort of additional feature. So that's the reason the transaction code came up as in ZF110.
So, Naveen, can we simplify it as like all T codes which are starting with Y and Z are nothing but the gaps which are filled in?
Yes. Customized
Okay.
requirement, customer requirement.
Okay.
And these two, everything is standard SAP. Means we don't want any required, whatever SAP is providing that we are happy with that. Like FB60, MIRO kind of thing.
Yeah, got it, Naveen. Thank
Just
you.
now I have shown you one report, right? A customer want a tolerance report 1%, 2%, 3%. So when we do vendor FBL1N, if we take it, then it will show all the list of this thing, all the postings. For example, all cleared items, right? All items and open items. If I pick it up open items, it will show all the list. It could be 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, whatever tolerances. But my client requirement was something different. He want a separate report. 1% separate report, 2% separate report, then his transaction code may not be FBL1N, the report, standard report. Clear?
So for
Yeah.
that, we should create separate T code for that.
Separate T code in the sense whatever FBL1N is there, so they may provide it as in ZFBL1N.
In that, there will be some modification.
Exactly. So here instead of it in our normal FBL1N, it won't ask you the what we call tolerance limit percentages. Or then in ZFBL1N, it will ask you what is the tolerance limit you want. So if you put 1% over there, there is a one box it will show. I'll show you that. Means I can't show you that ZF110 or 1 second. If you're able to see the screen, right? If I'm taking FBL1N report,
Yes.
this is a standard SAP report, right? Where we need to give vendor account number, company code, okay, and open these other common. So here it will created one customized format thing, tolerance limit. So here it will give you the same percentages, total 5 percentages, whatever 1%, 2%, 3%. So when you drop down box. When you click on drop down, then you whatever percentage report you want. For example, I want 5%. We need to select here 5%. We need to give vendor account, company code, and click on all items and click on execute. So it will display the report. This particular report will be shown as in ZFBL1N, right? And it will display only the 5% tolerance invoices which are posted. Clear?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, Naveen. So the code which starts with Y, it is for a particular department, right?
Particular department, particular region, particular country.
Yeah.
It's not globally. So,
Yeah.
for example, if you take Cortiva is spread into across Europe, India, right? So that is the reason they want whatever report they have generated. Okay, so that should be worked in India and as well as, for example, China, for example, Europe. Then they will take it as in Z. It will start with Z. No, it need to work only in India, not other than India. Then that transaction code will work as in Y.
Yeah, and it's a customized one.
Exactly, customized only. Indian company requirement is something different and European company requirement, both are working, both are same companies only, but Indian company requirement is something different and Europe company requirement is something different. So they want a report only Europe based and they want a report only Indian based. Then the transaction will come into picture as an Y. If it is both the reports come into customized reports, but both want the same report, then it will come as in Z reports.
Understood.
Any other questions?
So Naveen, you have today you have covered projects in SAP,
yes,
SDLC, implementation project under which project preparation, business blueprint, and realization.
Correct. So realization we are going to start next session.
Okay, thank you.
We have not just
So all these phases, 5 phases, we call it as ASAP methodology, no?
correct. We are as of now we are following ECC, so ASAP methodology. So here I have given in question answers also. I have prepared one Excel as I said that. I'm not sure where is it. But don't ask me to share this particular Excel right now because I want to share right now this. It will take time. Because for my preparation, I have taken this. See here. Hazel methodology, we call it as an activate methodology. You remember just now I told you what is ASAP methodology and Hazel methodology. You remember they will ask you which methodology did you people followed in your implementation project. Clear? So we said that activate methodology as because I mentioned it as an my experience is on S4 HANA. So definitely they will try to pull our leg which methodology you followed. So said that activate methodology. Activate methodology or Hazel methodology is one and the same. So what is the difference? What is activate methodology? Clear? So activate methodology is a new concept in S4 HANA. So here in this methodology, we move the system configuration sprint wise. You remember, right? Like sprint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or anything. Okay. Depending on the planning. For example, if we planned the GL related configuration sprint 1. So we will do configurations for GL, AP, AR, asset accounting, as I said that. We can just do the configuration and move the data production without waiting for other sprints. In ASAP methodology, we need to wait for, I have completed GL. Then I need to complete AP, I need to complete AR, I need to complete banking, I need to complete taxation, and I need to complete asset accounting. After completion of everything, after doing integration, we need to move. But here in activate methodology or Hazel methodology, we are not supposed to wait for other things. We can move it one after the other immediately. So that I'll show you, don't worry. See here, I have written here also I've written. Basically, the difference between ASAP methodology and activate methodology is that ASAP methodology, we have to do all the configuration and move to production. Okay, we cannot move the configuration in the installment wise. But when it comes to activate methodology or agile methodology, we can move sprint wise, nothing but installment wise. Yes, any questions?
So
Again,
we
one more question I asked. You remember in the first, definitely 100% guaranteed question. If you say implementation I have done, in which phase have you involved in the implementation?
realization.
Guaranteed question.
Realization.
Sorry?
Realization.
Realization.
Realization phase. As an implementation consultant, we are going to involve in realization phase. Definitely you are going to face this question, trust me. Okay. Yeah, any other questions?
So as an SAP consultant, functional consultant, do we have knowledge of all AP, AR, GL and
You will get it.
MMM?
It's very simple. If you know the basic configuration and GL, AP, AR, asset accounting, easy.
Okay.
Without any problem, we will do it. That's what I'm saying. Again, whatever end user experience you have, that will be such an added advantage.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't have also, it's not an issue. But same time, you will be 10% far better than this one. So you will do little faster. That's it. That is the only thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because GL will be a bit tough, right, compared to AP?
Oh, it's damn easy. Nothing tough in this particular part. That's what I'm saying. Nothing would be a challenging or something else. But only the thing is practice part. We will understand the concept easily. No, without any issues, we are going to understand the concept part conceptually. Once you are done with the conceptual part, then nothing would be tough or something else challenging for you people.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone?
Yes, Navin, from last question from my end, like if there is a customization for the service receiver and the ABAP user is unable to provide according to their customizations, then what would be the process then?
No, 100% they have to provide.
They
No,
have to, like,
yes, the 100% they have to, but they may take little time. So they may go to their seniors or their managers or project manager. But definitely, till now, as 1972 to till today, nothing was happened like we won't satisfy the customer normally in SAP environment. Everything
okay, there.
into the picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
And other thing, some companies use multiple tools for their processes. Like for Fright, they'll use Oracle, and for, as you in Cortiva, we can see. Like, why would they use separate? Because of the cost, or due to
Cost,
customization reasons?
not only customization reasons, because of cost, and they have since long time they were using the same concept. This one. So again, they need to adopt new technology. They need to train new people. Okay. So client, the Cortiva client may not sit, wait for till that time. So whatever process they want to continue, they'll continue in that only, because they don't want much flexibility in that. If they're okay with that, but that particular Oracle or whatever it is, then definitely they won't go with. But once their requirement get changes, which Oracle is not able to provide according to their requirement, whatever industry is expecting, then automatically they need to change their software, their system. As long as the requirement is satisfied with the Oracle or any other third-party software, definitely they don't want to spend the amount, because already they have spent huge amounts on Oracle or something else, other softwares. But their requirement got changed and they want some sophisticated reports, flexible sort of reports, and which is not able to provided by SAP Oracle, then definitely they need to go for Oracle. Oh, sorry, SAP. Because here Oracle is limited, they're having a limited scope. In that particular scope, Cortiva is following that, okay, we are getting all sort of reports what Oracle is providing, because they are using since long time. Still it migrated to Hyderabad. Before that also they were using the same. So instead of getting changes and all, so they don't want to go as long as it's working fine for them.
Okay. And SAP FICO, will it cover Fright process, like when will be
Yeah, in
the
MM
goods
we are
and
going to do that. In MM, when we do the MM integration, we are going to do all the different purchase orders.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Thank you, Naveen.
SD and MM, we are going to do integration with the production and planning also, because that is actually our part is FICO, but still we are going to cover, as I said, that if MM we are going to cover, SD we are going to cover, and as well as PP we are going to cover. Production and planning. So once you stepped out from this particular course, you can say that I have covered FICO plus S4 HANA, ECC and S4 HANA plus MM, SD and as well as PP. Clear? Yeah, but my major request is, my humble request is, don't ignore this particular theoretical part. 30% questions you can expect in this theoretical part only. 30% in your interview. So this plays a vital role, because we can't see the real-time environment right now here. So that is, if I start directly company creation, company code creation, configuration and all those stuff, definitely the backend, what is happening, you don't know. But backend, these things will happen before doing a practical configuration. Clear? What sort of documentations will be get prepared? So that we need to have a complete knowledge. Clear?
Clear, Naveen.
So if you don't have any questions, then we can go to call off.
Naveen, can you share this training document?
Yeah, I'll share, not completely, whatever we have done today, till that I'll share it.
Yeah, till today.
Yeah, I'll share it. Either today EOD, or because Word document got corrupted, I need to repair that again. So today EOD or by tomorrow.
Training document means which you have, what you have written, not that one. The training material you are
No,
referring.
that's what I'm saying. Training document in the sense, same thing, whatever I have explained, implemented.
Explain, yeah.
That I'll share it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I could see you're sharing the one which you are writing, right? In the
Yeah, I'm sharing the same thing. Is that fine?
Yes, Naveen.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you all. See you tomorrow session.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Naveen.
Thank you.
Thanks, Naveen.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Naveen.